Welcome to Unhinged Magi. All right, we're back again. We're here
to piss you off.
Yes, we like doing that. It's kind of fun because we know we're always right. But sometimes we apparently only have a small subset of data. Small, tiny, itty bitty, right? And with having a small subset of data, it may be real data, but you may not like it because it's so small.
So we enraged a bunch of Flesh and Blood players a little while ago when we started talking about Flesh and Blood prices, because the only data that we pulled and showed on the screen was TCG Player. And we were comparing TCG Player to TCG Player, so it was a decent apples to apples comparison, but just it was a smaller data set, admittedly, and so people got all irritated. So we made this video to show that there's more data out there and to talk about the prices topic, to ask where you guys get prices, and to show like even another YouTube channel that actually has really good price information that we've actually been following for a while.
Exactly. So, yes, we do talk to other people outside. We do talk to whales. We do talk to whales why they're not doing it anymore.
Yep.
Why they're pulling back. Why prices are dropping. We do talk about it. Sometimes those backdoor meetings go like this. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think, but you can't tell anybody.
That happens a lot, actually.
So that's a thing. Because they don't really want you to know what's going on, and we don't want to violate that trust.
Yep. But that doesn't mean that we're not actually having the conversations and getting the prices and stuff like that. But what we're going to show you guys today in this video is stuff that we can actually talk about.
Exactly.
It is resources that you can go to, but it actually it helps paint the picture of why we think what we think about the actual prices.
And it also paints a picture why we only went for a small data set.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and show you what you hate the most out of life. Left screen. That's right. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag us to the corner.
Yep.
All right. I've drug us to the corner of life, so you'll still be able to see us. This is TCG Player. I know.
TCG Player?
Oh my God.
Why are you going to TCG Player? You're so evil.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I showed you this because this is where we start our quest of knowledge. Here is Arknight Shard. We all love Arknight Shard. It's a fantastic card. You can't say it's not a fantastic card. You can see that prices go down. You can see that you can get a ton of data off of here.
But what happened here, Dan? Oh my gosh, there's this big dip.
There was a big dip. And you know what happened? It spiked right later.
It did.
What happened then? They actually said that we're not going to do We're not going to do any more unlimited printing.
Yep, it went out of print.
Crucible of Worlds.
Out of print right here. And then the price shot up. And it's retraced a bit, but it has not come back down to where it was. But still, this isn't a ton of data, but this is data.
This is data.
Yep. And it's all valid data for the Arknight Shard. Now, guys, pay attention.
Did you hear me say worlds? I didn't mean to say worlds. It's really kind of bugging me. That's
Crucible of War. But this one's, this is Crucible of War. So anyways, notice that it's $338.50. That's the market price. And you can see that some of them are actually going for that kind of price. So that's where it is today. Right. And that's important to know, that this whole price of like the highest it got to like $465 afterwards, and it was down to $191 at one point. And if you can back up more, you would see it actually was $500 somewhere back here, but TCG Player just doesn't show that data anymore.
It's gone. So, but if you scroll down, you can see that people are buying it for $340.
Yep, they're actually selling.
Right, so it's not spiking to that price point; it's spiking to $340. It's currently market value.
So there is a lot of data here. But what we have opened up here at the top is some other tabs of like other places that you can actually go for pricing data.
Right, exactly. And so we're going to go to our next one. This is one we wanted to put this first because we do have a specific question on it. However, this is the pitch zone. And many people like to go to the pitch phone. And where do they get their pricing data?
TCG Player.
All right. So you could go there, but you're still going to get TCG Player price data. So if you put in the comments below that you go to the pitch zone, that's not really going to be anything but TCG Player. However, they have this down below, and this is what we're going to ask you about. So the price history is a Patreon legendary resource. So is this actually a history over all time? Should we pay for it?
Yeah, we'd like to know if any of you actually subscribe to that paid for service. Like, what's it like? Is it good? Is it bad? Where is it at?
And is it only TCG Player price? Because this is what they have as a price point. TCG Player.
Yep. Yeah, so we can't speak to that one because we never paid them for that service,
Correct,
but we
correct.
see that that service is there and it,
It
actually
exists. It exists. Is it the history of all time? What does it go? And I'm sure some of them, they're going to be watching that and say,
Yeah,
hey,
probably.
yeah, it's better data because it's blah, blah, blah.
But still, though, going to the next one now, we have the Fab Armory.
Yep.
And Fab Armory, like if you do like a Reddit search of where to go for Flesh and Blood prices, this is one of the places that gets brought up. But look at this price, $5.29. The Arknight Shard from Unlimited has not been $5.29 for quite some time. So that right? Price,
$338.50.
Yeah, it has not been that price for a while. Like so, even like after Crucible of War went out of print, it never hit $5.29. That's way too high.
So there you go with that. So you can't really trust this. So we'll just go on to the next one. This is another website,
Fabdb.
And then
and this one was actually the back end of that pricing website that you sell stuff on, right?
Correct. They're using the Shopify, I believe.
Shopify. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, no, this one was using the no, maybe that's the other one. No, this is the Shopify thing.
Oh, that's the Shopify one. So they just never updated their store prices then.
Correct.
So Fabdb is different then.
Yes. So now they go to TCG Player.
So apparently that's where Fabdb gets their prices. So that's still TCG Player based.
So we're having a hard time. Everyone wants small subset data, small subset.
Yeah.
But if everything points to TCG Player, how do we get data?
So if you guys have like other pricing places that you go to
that doesn't use TCG Player.
Yeah, go ahead and point that to us. But we didn't just go to TCG Player. I did actually go to TCG Player. I went to eBay. I spoke to whales that we actually know. And we actually went to this last place to actually get good pricing info, which is
ta-da!
Kitchen Table TCG.
Yeah.
Now, this YouTube channel, I know there's some controversy on this channel. I'm not plugged into it at all. I don't know.
We don't know what's going on.
I sometimes will chat with Louis in the comments and stuff like that, but I don't know him personally. We've never actually met. But look at this data, you guys. Look at the data that he's putting together on the pricing information. Now, you might remember TCG Player showed this drop off of prices on the Arknight Shard and then the spike up. But look how much more data Louis actually got on it, coordinated with dates, and he's summarized it for you up here, talking about the prices and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, dude, good job to you, Louis. I mean, this is so much information to have collated together.
Collated data. It took time. That was probably a pain in the tuchus, for sure.
Yeah, so he's definitely doing the legwork to keep the pricing information there. And I've been watching this channel for a while, which I'm sure Louis could attest to because he's been replying to me in the comments and such for a while. This is another place we got our actual pricing data.
So yeah, this is not just TCG Player. We believe he collates it on his own, correct?
Correct.
Now,
the thing to know, though, is if you look at what he's showing in the charts, you can see right here that the pricing of, for this one specifically, the Arknight Shard, the price was higher before, and then the price was dropping, and then...
That part is you're pointing at a sealed box area.
Oh, the sealed box.
And then you have this area up here, because this has got the $75 at the bottom.
Well, this is sealed box price versus an unlimited sealed box price.
Yes.
So where did he go over Arknight Shard?
That was Arknight Shard, but it had the box prices in them.
Oh, okay.
The unlimited rainbow foil versus sealed box price. So that's two lines.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So anyways, what's interesting though is when you look at the chart here, you can see that big spike up that happened right when the unlimited was announced out of print. But look how the prices just keep dropping off now, especially now, like getting down to the $300 range. That's the piece that we wanted to talk about because that's really important to realize that the faith in the flesh and blood long-term prices have been dropping because the supply has been larger, right? And you see this also on Louis' channels when you talk about like the Monarch and the Tales of Aria and the Everfest. You see this just constant price going down, and that's the trend that we kept talking about.
Right. Saying
that the supply is outstripping what the demand is, even though the player base is growing.
And we also can look at this section right here with the $75 price point. Way back in April of 2021, That was the low. And then when it started creeping up because of the announcement of it's never going to be printed again, people went out and purchased it, got up to 185.
58.
158.
Yep.
All right. But it's now back to the low, right? The $75 low or the 76, but that's still $1 difference. It hasn't started picking up its trend, which means if it's not picking up its trend, more supply that's been hidden or in a back room in a storage vault is hitting the market to maintain and push that price down.
Yep. So the big point that we want you guys to catch is like the whole discussion. All the Flesh and Blood players came in here and just beat us up in the comments because they're like, you guys have bad pricing data. You're so disconnected. You don't know what you're talking about. And we should actually make a whole video. I think, honestly, maybe even after this one, we should make a video proving that first edition was, in fact, for collectors and investors, because it was.
We have to go get some screenshots from Days of Yore, though, the historical archive.
Sure. Yeah, I've got that. Okay. But anyway, so the pricing data, we weren't out in the clouds. We did actually look for that information. It's shown in like many different places. So we did know what we're talking about. But the overall trend that we were talking about of the prices going down is literally due to there being too much supply, which is what we've been saying for a while.
Correct. Everything has gone down. Even the newer sets, like you have Everfest. It had a $500 card. Now it's at, what, 300 or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, the Fable. The Fable. Shoot.
Well, I can't remember the name of it.
God, dog it.
The green resource gem.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, like, so that's all the point of this video is to say, where do you guys get pricing data? Here's where we pulled pricing data from. And here's even like another channel that we've even been following that has like pretty good pricing data. So
hold on, I want to see that one.
Yeah.
Before we let them go for the day. Let me just do the high to low. Whoops, not that one. That should just pop up.
Grandeur.
It's even lower now. It's 287. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we can just pop this over here. No, we can just pop this over here. As you can see, remember it was $500, and I told y'all it was going to drop.
Look at it. That's a cold foil too.
Now, so basically, it's dropped in half.
Look at that chart. That, you guys, is too much supply, not enough demand to match the printing. And this is first edition.
And this is a Fable.
This is
legendary. This is a legendary.
A legendary of first edition
Rarity
cold
Fable.
foil.
So it was high for sure, right?
But that shows you right there. And we know for a fact that the player base is in fact growing for Flesh and Blood. People do really enjoy the game, but this very clearly tells you that the supply is outstripped.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's our point we're trying to tell you. It's the price is going down.
Yep. So don't let the haters tell you differently, you guys. We are giving you good information. Yeah. So there it is.
There it is.
Okay. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.